Hello friends, welcome. My name is Eric from Rapid Flow, and today we're going to be shooting out the Louder Than Liftoff Silver Bullet Mark II in its hardware incarnation and in its software incarnation. So we're going to check out how close we can get these in the context of electronic music. The way we're doing this is that we're running the hardware as an insert in Ableton. Let me take you over here, you can see it better. So over here, this is the hardware unit going through some Prism Orpheus converters in and out. And over here we have the plugin with some gain staging going on to get it really close to what's going on in the hardware. So I can switch between them instantaneously, and you'll see on the meter of which unit is active what we're listening to. So let's have a listen to the way that they sound absolutely neutral, and I've also inserted a limiter here so you can see level matched overall levels. So I hope that you agree that's really close. What I'm going to do now is do a setting on the hardware and then copy it over to the software, and we're going to A/B them. So let's have a go at the hardware. Just to note that I'm trying to match these more by ear than with the exact settings on the front panel. They're not going to be exactly the same. And also a little fun fact is that if you have a look, these units, the plugin has a serial number. You can change this and actually change what's going on in the modeling inside. So I want to match this more by ear than by just the front legend, but I think we're quite close now. And a little trick, sometimes I find it a little hard to see here if you're on 50 or 25 Hertz. If you double click the Louder Than Liftoff icon, you can switch yourself to its dark alter ego, the Void Corp mode. And I find that's quite a bit easier to see. So now I can check, okay, yeah, I really am in 25 Hertz. Okay, so let's jump back and have a listen to some more settings on the hardware, and I'll copy them over to the plugin again. See about copying these settings over to the plugin. Okay, I think that's very close now from what I can see. Let's have a listen. This needs to be adjusted a tad, and this needs to come down a little bit. So what we're doing now in the hardware is we're running the A topology into the N topology, adding some drive from the Hitmaker 4000 modules. And then what I noticed is this track is pretty full. It's a little bit overloaded in the low end. So what I did is I've put the tight filter at 50, which is actually more like a rumble removing tracking setting. But what I've noticed is when you bring in the tone amp or the tone section, the EQ section, and put it on the sub 1 and boost it, this low cut that you've done here can sound really nice compared together with this. So that's what I've gone for on this, and I'm really liking the way the A topology is sounding into the N topology for this track. So let's see how close I could get to that in the plugin. Yes, what do you think? How close can we get to it between the plugin and the hardware? My personal impression is, before I heard the hardware, I was super happy just to use the plugin, and it sounds incredible. I mean, you know, this is really like nitpicking over the last few percent in my opinion. But I would say the hardware, in my hearing and hearing it in high res all on headphones here, it has a certain little bit larger than life quality, a certain more kind of open high-end frequencies. The low end is just a little bit more 3D and I guess plastic. What's the word that you say in English for that? It's a little bit more in your face and more present. Yeah, but as far as plugins go, this is one of the very best modeling that I've heard so far. And actually the plugin offers a lot of very interesting possibilities. Maybe a quick point on gain settings, since a lot of people that have the plugin may watch this video. I heard from the guys at Louder Than Liftoff that many people are running the plugin at full tilt digital signals. So as you can see, we're hitting the plugin here at sort of around 0. Let me show you. So as you can see, my nominal level is roughly around 0. This is a combined RMS and peak meter. And then occasionally I'll have peaks going up to 2 or maybe 4. If you come into this plugin, let's just do it for fun, at full blast, like let's say around there, right? I'm going to reduce the output a bit after that so that my limiter doesn't totally lose it. And now try to use this plugin. It's not going to sound very good because you're not going to have any headroom to really maneuver here before you completely clip the modeling. So please watch out when you're using the plugin. Don't go in there if you're putting it on your master bus or your mixdown bus at these kinds of levels, because it's not going to end well. Let me just show you what a difference it makes with this kind of gain staging. It's just like some gnarly digital edge kind of distortion going on. I barely have any space to touch the gains. Yeah, if I open up my EQ, it's going to get way worse. So this is, I guess, a little example of how not to do it. I mean, you know, in audio, anything goes, but generally, if you're using any plugins that do analog modeling, and you overload them like this, yeah, the circuits that are being modeled are expecting a certain signal. In most devices, it's sort of roughly around whatever 0 is on their meter. And there's a really easy, good formula. Minus 18 dB full scale is roughly equal to 0 dB on a VU meter. So the way that I mix is I try to send, for example, my main elements like a kick drum roughly around sort of between minus 18 and at the very loudest minus 12 dB full scale on my channel meter, because then the plugins that I insert will have plenty plenty of headroom. So yeah, if you're using the plugin, maybe something to try, the difference that it makes if you're actually not sending signal into it at an extremely loud level. All right, let me bring this back to roughly the way we had it set up before. I think this was on 2. And let's have a listen to what it sounds like now. That's what a happy emulation sounds like. So what do you think? How does the plugin compare to the hardware? Very curious on your thoughts. I hope this video has been useful and yeah, that it's given you a good overview of what you can do with the Silver Bullet Mark II in the context of electronic music. I'm gonna run some more audio through this and do a more detailed A/B comparison while I mute my mic so you can listen to this in more detail. And yeah, I hope you have a great time in the studio. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.